Oh. Yeah, run away, go away, go away. What is that? Oh God. Ah! Yo! I gotta do. Come here, ma. No! Get back in there. What? No! You son of a... I'm just gonna play a solo while I wait. Actually, no, I'm just gonna watch the, World Cup. That's That's so dumb. I accidentally left. Wait, what?
Around. We're at 28 players. This lobby is going to continue to thin out because everyone is scrambling right now trying to get themselves to safety. Jarvis, look at him though, still on effective HP. He's trying to hunt this player down. He wants his elimination. A flick shot comes out, nothing connects. Now he's got the beat on the player. He knows where this player is, and he's just trying to lock it up.
26 players left, and you also notice he kept ducking out into the storm, trying to catch that player, not covering his back. But was well enough, gets directly on top of Pablo Anthony. You can run, but you can't hide. Jarvis is inevitable. He will find you, and that's a big swing for him now on an 8-point match, 5 elims and top 25. But Little takes out Wheels, another fantastic contender. We saw him and Jay, and Jarvis just pickaxe the ball out into the storm. That's going to be storm damage, and actually huge strat. If you are out of builds or have nothing to do against the ball or don't have a boogie, pickaxe it, send it out in the storm, and then just shoot it out. It's 10 damage that goes off there. If they think they're safe and they're not going to pop out, get the opportunity. However, it is risky. They can pop out and shoot you back. Most of the time, they do want to play passive. We've seen a couple of those go through.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Is trying to be 900 IQ. Gets pulled up into the rip. No shots coming out from everyone as the dives begin to go out. A number of umbrellas are pulled since we're at top 18. Players just want to stay in the lobby. Vinny gets
high ground. Yes, dive in. There you go. Connects with it. That was beautiful.
He needs to get back in the zone. Oh, he does. He finds a nice little pocket, and now he has that high ground priority, Zeke, like he just called out.
Someone goes with a challenge. It's Blixifier.
Oh, ruined it.
And a dude just outside top 15.
That's so rough when you put in that much time, but he's going to be okay with that. Still a double-digit performance there out of Jarvis. Now Blixifier drops down onto a little girl trying to get out and over around the side. No, that's not who's playing. That's his name. As we check over into the mid-tarp, we've got World Cup Deuces trying to manifest that positive energy, doing everything he can. We've seen him in these lobbies before, but Barrow is trying to have a say about it. The duo qualifiers wanting a solo spot desperately, and Arkham trying to get one of those as Spicy gets picked up on the way down. Barely even a reaction. I didn't even see him there right out of the side, but Arkham gonna keep working down. Has the uncommon attack. Notices the player in that baller right next to him. He does drop out. Can he create the distance? And he does. Deuce is still in as he gets little. Twinkies picks up Spiky and Localist goes down, so we're closing in on the top 5. You see the trap on the ceiling. Arkham gets 2 tags and now needs to pickaxe his way through. Can't go that way. Knows there's a trap and he finds Jay Lee.
Navigating this building, the technical savvy, the ability to remain calm. Arkham, you are a legend, but look up top though. Barrow, look, his HP is very low. He's got the RPGs, 3 left. He's gonna start sending these rockets down to this mid-ground tarp. Deuces, Zed, Snipes, they're gonna be all forced down toward Arkham. But look, we're going up on the side of this mountain. They need to make something happen. They need to, okay, they're just gonna battle it out. Arkham here, the lowest HP, the rocket can protect himself.
He's in the zone.
Oh my God!
He got it! That was sick! Arkham was so good while Barrow had the high ground control. Everyone funneled into Arkham, and he says, welcome, I'm the meat grinder on the bottom. Give me it all. Give me the elims. Give me the victory royale. And you know what? I'm going to try and get one of those qualification spots. Brilliantly done from Arkham. 1x there, closing it out with the victory route and staying savvy. The rocket pressure from the high ground was immense. You're playing in the Fortnite World Cup Online Open Qualifier Final. There's 2 spots on the line, and you cover yourself the entire time, just knowing you have the zone, knowing you have the pressure. That is intelligent game sense defined right there from the Week 2 duo qualifier. Desperately trying to find a spot as we now cross the halfway mark of the queue times on NA West.
Oh my gosh, we've just been treated to some of the most unbelievable Fortnite action. It's so, I'm so honored to just be here and to just get to hang out with you guys and cast these games. Again, another dense lobby, 49 people. And look where we are. This is the half in, half out circle we talk about all the time. That's circle number 5. Is Isekai Proverbs here trying to find more eliminations. He does have 2, which is pretty significant, especially because we're down to half of the lobby. He's just going to look to play maybe a little slow, trying to isolate this player on the other side of this wall. The wall edit comes through. Does the ramp fall up? Nope. He picks up pavers there and some loot. If I didn't even see that.
Check your ceiling.
I didn't even see. I was like, he's gonna walk in and get the loot. If that was me, I would be gone. That's it. I would have been eliminated. Actually, I wouldn't even be competing here because this is the finals, top 8,000 in the region. I would not have made it this far. But that was very Proverbs. Let's go, man. Great eyesight. What the hop?
I'm not even gonna ask you what your arena score is as we hop on board.
You know
here.
what my arena score is.
You see Saf there on the far left.
Hold on, I'm getting rid of that.
Thank you, want nothing to do with that. Pops the last of his shadow bombs and gets all the way over into the priority side of the zone. Look at the bottom right-hand side. The whole lobby has to rotate past Proverbs. So what are they going to do? They're going to pressure him, saying, nah, you don't.
20 second. Bury himself down in these builds and start either looking for a siphon, get the meds, or the minis.
One thing else, too, want to call out, mispronounced your name yesterday. You saw Code Cali there on the bottom, another player who had a great day, but we're on board here.
Hold up.
Twitch Maximum as he drops in, and this thing just stands still. Stands still. Hello? Hello?
Okay, you missed the first one! No! I don't know why he was trying to wiggle there and trying to get.
What was that?
He does get the 63 shutdown.
He should get this. The player's in the storm. We'll get the storm take over.
There it is.
But the question is, how much does it cost him? Because that should have been free, and it should have given him the high ground control. So can he get that back? We're getting closer in to the top 25. Instead, just going to use the redeploy. He picked up and hop right over. Good bunny hop to maintain the momentum and continue going. Again, when we talk about bunny hop, spamming jump when you're touching the ground, you can retain some of your momentum. But be careful. Might carry you off the map. I've done that a couple times, I swear. Very not pretty, as we see here. Monique pushing over 34 players remaining, so still not at that first placement threshold. You see Hacho Tipasolo getting picked up on the low ground by Lorelei there. Mo also in this match, S2 still representing on that West Coast, the friend group who is all about getting better at Fortnite, and they're representing hard here. Jae-Young picks up evade mood, and we have our top 25. Brockster gets dives FN right away. Aether goes down as well, so 8 more spots until we get the next one. And Brockster now knows the player's not going to cover his 6, drops right down on top of him. Hello, Pony, hello? Open your ears up, man. He's right next to you, but well done there from Brockster. Not double jumping, being patient. That's what we talk about. Don't need to be sprinting next to him. Use those fast pace, but you've got to be keeping an eye out on those heartbeats. Know it's incredibly difficult as we get closer to the second placement threshold. 17 players remaining, and the 7th zone is closing.
And of course, it wouldn't be a game if we weren't trying to traverse Father Mountain. Oh, thankfully the storm goes in the completely opposite direction. It was just a tease. It was just a joke, but look down below. Rapid gets picked up. Holds 45 there. Gonna be going toe to toe up on the high ground though. Lore here is gonna be battling it out with Lore the second. Sup, Lore?
Lore, you're Lore. There we go. Top 10 here, Lore on the high ground.
All right, a bunch of players have fallen. We're now 7 players remain. Great shadow bomb to keep Lore here, just ensuring no fall damage is taken. But look at everyone else. They're deep within the builds. You've got 2 players down below that aren't building. They've got to be out of materials. Can Lore take advantage of the Brockster up on top? He still has them. But look at everyone down below. Everyone else is battling it out right now.
Yeah, we're into the top 5, top 4 now. Brockster top right on the high ground. He says, no, I don't know. Let's just join the fray down here. Only 1 tarp above.
What?
Gets Mo, gets the map from him. Gets For your own good, Brogster, 5 elims and the victory royale, 15 points there to push him up to 32. That match was ridiculous, but for now, we're going to throw it back on over to Courage, who's in the studio.
Thank you, gentlemen. Yes, great energy from Zeke. Jarvis with an unfortunate demise there in 16th place, but Ben, I know you've got some things you want to show us.
It's actually funny you mentioned both of those players, Jarvis. Harrians as well on that list, and Arkham to end it. We have a set of replays. We're going to look at all 3 players and what they've done thus far for NA West. Pretty crazy how fast-paced things happen in these games, and I think NA West is one. They don't shy away from, the pace of what we've seen from EU and NA East. Shots inside a box, awareness, very, very important at Fortnite. See, Harrians here, a number of plays repeatedly showing he's got the awareness, the ability to build up, basically chasing his own rocket down in that clip right there to match a player elevation, shots from above, swap out the RPG, one of the most powerful weapons late game, especially when you have a swarm of players underneath. Repeated shots. Give me a combat shotgun and an RPG in a high-skill player's hands, and I guarantee you'll see a feed.
Right.
It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. Matching height there, catching Psycho on the rotation down, but like you said, Aaron's not the only player from NA West putting on a good show. Jarvis, you mentioned shots on the outside, a peak shot on another player, getting third party, taking opportunities every time they have a chance. Very, very important that players are paying attention to who's around them and what exactly they're doing and maybe what other people are doing to them. Jarvis says the impulse over the top, flying away there. Get an escape. You got a landing on top of another baller player. Papo Anthony goes down and picks up a quick little set of loot. We've seen those kind of chases pretty often too. You have players that are flying through the air and they'll follow someone on a redeploy, a baller, the rift to go, and landing literally inside the same box, taking ownership of it. You mentioned Arkham here. Patience is so key. We're in the top 5 at the very end here, and Arkham sitting on the ultimate low ground, waiting for players literally to drop in like that. Deuces goes down, another one, and Arkham's just going for a flick, looking for the next, finds a follow-up. Another one, back to back to back to back, and Arkham doesn't even need to climb his way out until the very last second, and even then, Barlow goes down to himself.
Yeah.
The feed, Arkham took it over. NA West, just top-tier awareness, but still at 49 points, still in first place. Pika from WBG, but Harrians right here. We saw a ton of clips from him at the beginning of this set of replays there.
Yep.
Taking second place
Pika,
so far.
Pika, 3 games played, 3 wins. Thankfully for everyone else on this list, Pika already qualified. So because Pika's already qualified, it would be players in second and third if it were to remain this same score line. We'll see if that happens though, Dr. Lupo. So far, NA West looking great. Obviously still some time to queue. So that being said,
Just throw it back, Jack.
maybe send it back on over to our casters to keep the action going. Zeke and Sundown, take it away.
Thank you guys so much. Oh, did I cut you off? You want to do it? All right, let's pretend I went.
Oh, no, that's fine. You can take it. That's cool. I didn't have my hand up or anything. It's fine. Too busy showing everyone how you're lounging.
Yeah, no, I feel...
Did you use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup?
I did,
Oh,
in
okay,
fact.
good.
Yeah, so just for your context, in case you're just tuning in, Dr. Luba and Courage decided to go ahead and call me out, expose me, say that I'm straight lounging right now. If you check Twitter, it's true. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's just Zeke low-key trying to plug his Twitter there. Don't give him the
I
impression.
didn't say anything.
Didn't say
anything.
Oh, yep, nothing low-key about it. Indeed, as we're all here on board with Dexstar. 43 players left in the lobby, and it's about to crunch it down. And again, you saw the standings right before this. That was basically a who's who of who hasn't qualified yet in terms of the NA West side. Minus Pika, all of those other players have been so absurdly close. CJ, Harrians, Domo, all of them have been up on that board, and this is the last opportunity. Cannot stress that enough. The final 2 solo spots will be decided in this last block. If you want to be on the stage, you have to put up or shut up right now. Because if you don't, you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be regretting it. You're going to be feeling like you didn't accomplish it. But one other thing that I desperately have to state. Just because you don't qualify for New York City means you're a bad Fortnite player. Anytime you make it to Sunday in your region, you are in the very top percentile of the people who play this game. There are millions and tens of millions of people who have tried and played Fortnite.
No, don't. It was stupid fun. That didn't work. That did. On this and then just this with somebody else random. That was a tree. Shoot, that's Blueface out there. Ah, come here. Oh shoot. No, you son of... Ring.
I apologize, but he did get his flu shot, so not going to end up being sick. Cafu picks up Doten. Spook does get his shadow canceled, immediately going to 90 up, box himself up and over, and he says, nah, I'm going to pop another shadow and get out of dodge. This is risky. Needs to avoid getting metroed here, and he does. Puts enough space between him to get back over the backside of the zone. Nobody expects the reflank with the shadow. You expect him on the far side not to come back to the near, but Spook can't convert as by... Oh! As I say that, he drops down and chases Persecute. That's a 3-point swing, as that even pushes us into the top 15.
Now, top 5 is the next threshold, and this is where we're going to see players play a little more defensively. They want to hit top 5. Those extra 2 points are so crucial. Spook here doing his best impersonation of a spooky ghost, walking around that shadow bomb. He's going to find a player, a 36. It is a headshot, but not a ton of damage. And look, he's got there in the pyramid. They're trying to keep themselves safe. He does get the ramp, and the players, they're just trying to abandon. They're like, no. I need to get myself to safety. I need to survive. Kefu going down in the top left to Yonder. Cherish Reality just going to get ripped to shreds. 3 eliminations for Spook. And then Rocket, he's looking to fracture it all Sundown.
Oh, but he finds the player in the shadow form. Can he follow up on it? What? Wait, what? I didn't. Literally, I heard the audio cue as he turned and built. That was inhuman from Spook to be able to get that there. Sino picks up Dordan, and we're getting closer to that. To note, once players hit the top 15, it's a little bit like, okay, I got my 5 placement points. I can kind of press it. This is a relatively successful game either way. And Synergy kicks on the high ground. 2 big pots, Shadow Bomb and a Rift. Little less valuable, but it's all about the rockets and the combat. He's going to start working top down and looking for those aim down sight shots. Holding his hard right hand, waterfalling another level, only about 3 or 4 up, and now he's going to start looking for shots. Misses the first, and sees 2 people get blown up. Leo and Yonder get blown up by Sinu and Ty Tanks, and we have our top 5. 7 points for everyone in the lobby, and Kix is trying to go to work. This player holding him off, using the turbo build.
What?
Gamer gets taken down. He was on a spree of himself, but Rex says, don't you know who I am? I know who you are, but it's time you learn my name. Brilliantly done there from him.
Well, he's got a big galaxy brain and tiny little arms, but Pika is up on the high ground there. He's going to go ahead and try and contest. Fisco, I believe, is the way you would say that name. Now, Pika having a little bit of difficulty, but keep in mind, he's got the 8 builds. That's why he's not trying to get crazy beyond fast. Decimated, but Night Slayer says, I am the Pika Slayer. Go back to lobby, friends. And look at this. Fisco's like, oh, did something happen? I guess I'm just going to drop back down. Everyone down below, everyone okay?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Night Slayer showing off his Earth type right there now as Rex continues working on the mid-tarp. Does put down the first campfire, trying to get as much effective HP as he can. Will top off to 100. Finds the first shot. Can he connect afterward? And he does. That was Night Slayer right after he took out Domos.
Be right back.
To the game.
If I'm low on HP and I have to choose one weapon, it will be this one. You can actually like kill someone from 200 HP to 0 without taking any shots.
And it's also really good for competitive play because if you're high ground or if you want to get away from a situation, the flint knock, when you use it, it knocks you some distance so you can get away or you can get high ground over someone. I think it just adds
I accidentally freaking unready though. Just gonna do solo. I swear to...
Rift. 40 plus players remaining as the moving zone's just about to get cracking here.
Rift into shadow bombs. Let's go.
That's what he needs.
Ah. Alright. By the way, my one viewer, I have to wait an extra game because I accidentally unreadied up, so I'm playing a regular solo. Two messages.
Why aren't you playing the customs? What is code?
What?